Hello, I'm going to show you how to make this very useful crochet market bag. To make this bag, I used 3.5mm crochet hook and some double knit yarn. We will start making the base of the bag. You make your magic circle and make 6 single crochet stitches into that magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can now close your circle. Next round we will be making 2 single crochet stitches into each stitch from the round below. So find your first stitch and make 2 single crochet stitches into that. And now get your stitch marker and mark your very first stitch, because it is a lot easier to see where you need to finish your round when you get back to your stitch marker. And just keep making 2 single crochet stitches into every stitch from the round below until you have made 12 stitches all the way around and you have reached back to your stitch marker. Now you made it all the way around, take out your stitch marker and we will put it in the first stitch of the next round. Next round is going to be single crochet stitch into the very first stitch, and the next stitch will have an increase stitch, which simply means you're making 2 single crochet stitches into there, and you'll be repeating this. So single crochet first and then an increase stitch all the way around. Make 1 single crochet stitch first and then make 2 into the following stitch, and that is your increase stitch. Next round we will be making 1 single crochet stitch first. Let's just mark that one again so we know where we are. Then we're going to make an increase stitch, but after that we're going to do another single crochet stitch, and that would be the pattern repeat for this round. So first single crochet stitch, then an increase stitch and another single crochet stitch. Let's do this again. Single crochet, increase and another single crochet stitch, and we're repeating this all the way around until you get back to your stitch marker. It's doing single crochet, increase and single crochet. Next round we are going to do 3 single crochet stitches first and then doing an increase stitch. So again, let's mark our very first single crochet and do 2 more, second one and third one, and now make an increase stitch, and we're repeating this all the way around. So you make 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches and then making an increase stitch. Just keep repeating this all the way around. Next round we will be making 2 single crochet stitches followed by an increase, followed by another 2 single crochet stitches. That's 2 single crochet stitches. Now we're making an increase stitch, 2 into 1, and then another 2 single crochet stitches, and that is going to be your repeat pattern for this round. So 2 single crochet stitches first, then an increase stitch, and then another 2 single crochet stitches. Circulating the increased stitches like this will give you a much rounder circle. Instead, if you were doing 4 single crochet stitches first and then an increase, all your increases would be on the top of each other. This way it will look much nicer at the end of your project. Next round we will be making 5 single crochet stitches first and then doing an increase stitch. Put that marker there again. A second one, third one, fourth one, and fifth one. And now do 2 into the next stitch to make your increase. And we're repeating this again all the way around, like in all the other rounds, until you get back to your stitch marker. So 5 single crochet stitches first, and then an increase stitch. Next round we will be making 3 single crochet stitches followed by an increase stitch followed by another 3 single crochet stitches. Let's do 3 first. Now make an increase and then another 3 single crochet stitches, and we are repeating this all the way around. So 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, now 2 into the next one to make an increase, and then another 3 single crochet stitches. Next round we are going to do 7 single crochet stitches before a increase stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now do your increase, making 2 into 1. And that is what we're going to repeat again all the way around. Make 7 single crochet stitches, and after that make an increase stitch. Next round we are going to make 4 single crochet stitches first, then do an increase stitch, and then follow it up with another 4 single crochet stitches. This is the increase stitch now, and then we're doing another 4 single crochet stitches for this pattern repeat. So there is 8 single crochets in total, but the increase will be in the middle of those 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now make your increase stitch and then do another 4 single crochet stitches. And again, keep repeating this all the way around back to your stitch marker. Next round we will be making 9 single crochet stitches before our increase stitch, and this is going to be the last increase round. Make your 9 single crochet stitches, then do an increase and repeat this all the way back to your stitch marker. 9 single crochets and increase stitch all the way around, and you have finished increasing the bottom of your bag by the end of this round. We now have a nice flat bottom for our bag, but we are going to do 2 more rounds. We're going to do 2 rounds of single crochet into every stitch. Just carry on making 1 single crochet into each stitch from the round below, and do this for 2 rounds. So pause your video here and then come back after you've done the 2 rounds of single crochet. And now I've just got to the end of these 2 rounds, and next round we will be working into back loops only. So find your back loop, get your front loop and your back loop, and go straight into the back loop, making 1 single crochet into each back loop all the way around, just picking up only the back loop of your work, and keep going all the way around. At this round you are having 66 stitches, so if you want to count just to make sure you have 66, it's probably a good time to do it now. We are now starting to make the mesh side of the bag. Single crochet into the first stitch of the next round, and again let's mark the stitch. It will be useful for us to know where it is later. Then chain 5, and we're going to skip 2 stitches and making a single crochet into the following one. Again, chain 5, skip 2 stitches and make a single crochet into the next stitch. And this is what we will be doing for the first round. Keep going, skipping 2, making a single crochet, and then chain 5 in between. Those are creating the meshy loops for your bag. When you get to the end of your round, we are only going to chain 2 and make a double crochet into that first single crochet stitch, and that's why we left the stitch marker there, so we can easily see where we need to make that double crochet stitch. And now we start in next row, chain 1 and single crochet straight into the first loop. Again, let's mark this stitch with a stitch marker, and we are going to chain 5 and work your single crochet right inside the next loop. You don't have to work it into a stitch, you just go right in the middle of a loop, chain 5 again, and find your next loop, and again single crochet into that loop right in the middle of a space, not into the stitch. This is going to be now our repeat for this round, all the way back to the stitch marker. Again, we are nearly back at the end. We're just going to do one more chain 5 and single crochet, and when you can see your stitch marker in the next loop, we are not doing a chain 5, we are only going to do chain 2 because we're going to double crochet into that first single crochet, and that's how we always end up on the top of the very last, or if you want to call it very first, the loop of the round, and it's just easier to start the next round when you're at the top. So again, chain 1 and single crochet into that loop and mark that stitch, and chain 5, find the next loop and single crochet in the middle of that loop. This is how the bag is made. You're just going to make chain 5 and single crochet into next loop all the way around, back to the stitch marker, and just before you get to the stitch marker you're going to chain 2 and double crochet. Let's keep going all the way around. We're repeating this for 15 rounds, so if you want to pause your video and then come back once you've done your 15 rounds of mesh, I will show you how we are adding the handles to your bag. But just one more time, I'm just going to show you how to finish off the rounds. So you see you go back to your stitch marker, chain 2 and double crochet into that first single crochet stitch, and now you're ready to start your next round. Chain 1 and single crochet and mark that stitch again with the stitch marker, chain 5 and single crochet into the next loop. I have now made my 15 round repeat of the mesh pattern, and I'm going to do my double crochet into where my stitch marker is to finish off this round. And you'll see the bag is very stretchy, so don't worry if it looks a little bit small right now, it will stretch a lot when you start using it. We are now going to add handles, chain 1 and single crochet into the first loop and make another single crochet into the same loop, and we are now going to place 3 single crochet stitches into each loop, just all the way around, going straight into the loop and making 3 single crochet stitches into every loop all the way around. When you reach back to the loop where your stitch marker is, it only needs 1 more stitch in that one, and we're now going to continue in a circle. Instead of slip stitching to finish off, you're just going to go straight into that first single crochet and going to make 2 rounds of single crochet stitches all the way around, just to strengthen up the top of the bag. Just keep making 1 single crochet stitch into every stitch all the way around, and you should have 66 stitches all the way around. So if you want to count them, please do that. We have done 2 single crochet rounds now, and we are now going to add handles to our bag. First, we are going to make 8 single crochet stitches. So that was the first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. We are now going to make a chain of 45. Do keep counting your chains because your handles will need to match. So once you have done your chain of 45, we are then going to attach this back to the bag. But first we are going to skip 17 stitches from the round below. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and we're working into the 18th stitch. Make single crochet into there. We're going to make altogether 16 single crochet stitches now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. And now we are starting the second handle. So again, we're going to chain 45. Again, we're going to skip 17 stitches. And after skipping 17 stitches, we should have 8 stitches left to get back to our stitch marker. So we are going to now do 8 single crochet stitches and we arrive to where we left our stitch marker. And next round we are going to strengthen these handles we just made, making single crochet stitch into every stitch and also making a single crochet stitch into every chain of the handle. Keep making single crochet stitches until you get to your first chain, then working into the chains you have to make one single crochet stitch into each chain all the way across this chain, and you'll end up back towards your bag. It is a little bit fiddly this round. It's quite hard to see the chains. Just try to go into every chain without skipping any and just make one single crochet stitch into each chain all the way to the end, and we will be working across all the sides and all the chains back to the stitch marker. So we have done that and we have got back to the stitch marker. We will have just one more final round to do just to strengthen these handles a little bit more, but this round will be a lot easier because you will be working into single crochet stitches instead of working into the chains. So all we have left to do is make single crochet stitches all the way around into each stitch from the round below until you get back to your stitch marker. To finish off, we are going to make a slip stitch into the next stitch, then fasten off your work, cut the yarn, and all you have left to do now with this bag is sew in the little tail